Good afternoon and welcome to the Legislative Committee meeting for the Phelan-Pinion Hills Community Service District. Let's open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Both directors are here. Any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
The motion to approve.
And I'll second that. Do we have any public?
There are no members of the public in person or on Zoom.
Okay. Minutes. They look good to me, so I looked through them yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'll first them. Okay, I'll move them.
Motion to approve them.
There we go. Okay, update for representatives. Let's start with Hayden for Jay Urbanalty's office.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Okay, so I'll make this short for everybody. The three things that I want to bring up are things that are affecting our communities right now, and that would be gas prices, inflation, and immigration. The first thing that I would like to discuss is gas prices. Here in California, we have paid the highest gas prices in the nation for some time, and this is a direct result of overregulation from the state of California itself. In the 8th District of California, we actually pay the highest gas prices in all of America, and that would be in Needles, California. And last I was able to check, it was $7 and $8 a gallon for gas. And you are able to see the direct result of government influence over these prices, as if you were to go 2 to 3 miles away into Arizona on the other side of the lake or other side of the river, you would be able to see those prices drop by $2 and $3 a piece. Congressman Obernolte has been working to increase our domestic energy production, which has been curtailed by the Biden administration on his first day in office through the use of executive orders. Congressman Obernolte has co-signed 6 different bills to help combat this. These bills are the Unleashing American Energy Act, the Securing American Energy and Investing in Resiliency Act, the Energy Permitting Certainty Act, the Promoting Energy Independence and Transparency Act, the Restore Onshore Energy Production Act, and finally, the Strategy to Secure Offshore Energy Act. These are the 6 bills that Congressman Obernolte has been working on with other members of Congress to help bring back domestic energy production into America. The next thing that I want to talk about is immigration, because this is affecting all of our communities, especially out in Phelan and Lucerne Valley, where we see a high population of these marijuana grows. Over the past year, we have seen record numbers of illegal crossings at the southern border, and our community is feeling the effects of this lawlessness. The San Bernardino County Sheriff has declared a fentanyl emergency in our area, and we are continuing to see large-scale illegal marijuana grows run by drug cartel organizations. According to our local sheriffs, both trends are fueled by the continued crisis at our southern border. Representative Obernolte has supported efforts to fund completion of the border wall and has sent a letter to the president calling for answers to the issues our local California law enforcement are facing as a direct result of the surge in illegal border crossings. He will continue to fight to enforce our immigration laws and secure our southern border. Now, the last thing I would like to bring up is something that is affecting everybody, and that would be inflation. As we all know, inflation has been running rampant in our communities recently, and Representative Obernolte has been fighting to help put our economy back on track by lowering this federal spending that's causing this inflation. A new inflation report was released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics a couple of weeks ago, and this was showing that inflation is going to continue to worsen. Our consumer prices in March rising about 8.5% over the year compared to 7.9% in February. Wage growth also continues to slow, and our real hourly earnings are falling 2.7% over the year in March. Federal overspending this last year has been the highest rate, causing inflation to also be the highest since 1981. And for some direct correlation to how this is affecting our communities, that is costing the average American taxpayer about 2 paychecks, or about the average family $5,000 in a single year alone. just because of inflation. Americans are now making less and paying more for almost everything. And this is a direct result of government overspending. Representative Obernolte first bills in Congress were the Finding Federal Savings Committee resolution, and this was to find and cut wasteful spending in the federal government. He also introduced a constitutional amendment to require a balanced budget, and these bills would help put our nation's finances in order and lower the resulting inflation. All right, those are the updates that I have for everybody about the things that are absolutely affecting our communities. Anybody have any questions that I can get answered for you right now?
Not right now. Thank you, though. That was good information for myself. How about you?
Yeah, that was a great job.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Hayden.
you. Thank you for updating us on it. I'm hoping those bills he's putting forward can move.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to keep up with them and give everybody an update of where they're at.
Thank you. Okay, next, let's go with Smitty's office.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys again. I am Cassie Vickers, and I'm with the Office of Assemblyman Thurston Smitty Smith. So first, I just did want to announce we did go ahead and award our nonprofit of the year, and that was the United States Adaptive Recreation Center. USARC established their first full-time on-site adaptive ski school in Southern California at Big Bear Mountain Resort, later creating programs for adaptive water sports and summer camping. They are committed to giving access to individuals with disabilities to outdoor sports such as skiing, sailing, and camping. UCARC works with schools, hospitals, rehabilitation centers, and parks and recreation departments to help individuals with cognitive and physical disabilities. So we were super happy to award them with the nonprofit of the year. So I just did want to make that little fun announcement before we get into all the legislative stuff going on. So the biggest thing I think our office has been dealing with has been calls and emails regarding AB 2223. Under this measure, a person cannot face any civil or criminal liability or penalties as a result of their actions or omissions related to their pregnancy or pregnancy outcome, such as a miscarriage, stillbirth, abortion, or perinatal post-birth death. This bill is to be heard in the Appropriations Committee sometime in May, so hopefully sometime soon we can get some sort of update on this bill. Assemblyman Smith is completely opposed on the current form of this bill, and he will oppose the bill if it does make it to the floor of vote. Assemblyman Smith has been a vocal opponent of the current language of this bill. So it's set to hear in the Appropriations Committee on May 19th. So 1 week from today, it looks like hopefully we'll get some sort of updates. Again, the Assemblyman is completely opposed to this bill. So we're hoping it doesn't move forward. But as I come to the next meeting in the next quarter, hopefully we can get some sort of update on that. Next, we have AB 2728 with cannabis civil fees. Pretty much all the meetings that I've gone to in the past year and a half, we have been talking about the large illegal marijuana grows. I know Phelan and other areas, similar to Phelan in our district, this has been a major issue. So the civil penalty structure for unlicensed cannabis activities will be altered by this measure. Under AB 2728, each violation of an unlicensed cannabis operation would result in civil penalties of up to 4 times license fee. This bill also will require the Department of Cannabis Control, DCC, to waive penalties that have not been paid if within 10 business days. The person submits a payment that is equal to the original licensing fee. This bill is going to the Appropriations Committee. And let me see here. Oh, its next stop is the Assembly floor. Sorry, correction on that. So hopefully we'll get some sort of momentum on that, and I will keep you guys updated because I know that is definitely something that Phelan has been concerned with. Next, we have AB 2033. This is with not 2033, sorry, AB 2105, Veterans Contractors License Fee Reduction. This requires the Contractor State License Board to grant a 50% fee reduction for an initial license to an applicant who has served as an active duty member of the California National Guard of the United States Armed Forces and was honorably discharged. This bill has received a lot of positive feedback from both Democrats and Republicans. This was passed off the floor, the bill will next be referred to the policy committee in the California Senate. So we're super excited to see some momentum on this bill. And then the last thing I did want to touch on was gas prices. Hayden did mention earlier, this is definitely something that we're all seeing struggles in. It's definitely been raised heavily over the past few months. So Assemblyman Smith has been a vocal advocate for gas tax relief with inflation at 7.9%, and the cost of gasoline is up nearly 40% from last year. California continues to see tax gasoline at 51.1 cents per gallon. So in March, there was a vote to temporarily suspend the California gas tax, and Democratic Assembly members did vote against that bill. Right now, I know Governor Newsom was suggesting some sort of gas tax rebate, which would be given to pretty much all California taxpayers, regardless if they own a vehicle, if they have a driver's license. There hasn't been much momentum on that, but Assemblyman Smith is opposed to that. He believes that drivers should get payback at the pump versus a rebate. That's just going to put a Band-Aid on the problem and not solve it completely or for a long run. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I look forward to meeting with you guys next time.
Thank you. I don't have any questions. Do you?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple months. Actually, we'll be up visiting Smitty on next week.
Hey.
So now to our county supervisor. How are you doing, Samuel?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Doing good.
That's what you want to hear.
What do you have to update us with?
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about Operation Hammer Strike, and I appreciate that both my colleagues here, Hayden and Cassie, mentioned the marijuana efforts that their representatives, their bosses have been doing. So I really want to thank Congressman Obernolte and Assemblyman Smitty, especially for that bill he's carrying through the state legislature on marijuana enforcement and the fines and all of that. It's something we really appreciate. Our partners in both legislatures doing what they can to help us out here locally. As always, I hope no one's getting tired of me mentioning Operation Hammer Strike and just how thankful we are.
Not at all.
Thank God, because I'm going to keep doing it.
Warming us.
Exactly how thankful we are for the Sheriff's Department, the marijuana enforcement team, really going out there every day. We see these new numbers come in every time, and it's really kind of remarkable how many of these grows there are and how many they're still able to take down, how many of these raids there are, and just for them putting themselves in harm's way to take care of this problem for us. And as Hayden mentioned, it is deeply rooted in a lot of other issues. So it's a long-running problem, and we're very thankful for their efforts to tackle this for us. Additionally, the county recently had a off-highway vehicle education effort over the last couple of months from the Sheriff's Department throughout our unincorporated communities to notify these OHV enthusiasts of the kind of finer points of the laws and policies that many seem to be unaware of regarding safety regulations and maybe not more importantly, but importantly as well, locations where these vehicles can be driven, which continues to be one of our largest complaints here at the county of people driving these through areas where they shouldn't be. So over the past couple of months, the Sheriff's Department had this effort in conjunction with Bureau of Land Management on the federal side and the Hesperia Parks District as well, and numerous other agencies to identify these individuals and kind of catch up to them and give them the information they need. Very few citations were issued. It was mostly just to ensure there wouldn't be issues in the future. So we're happy with that effort and hope to see continued operations like that in our unincorporated areas. Additionally, I'm sure most of you have noticed ballots have just gone out, should be arriving any day now. If anyone has any issues with those, feel free to reach out directly to the registrar of voters. We've had a few calls about those sorts of things or issues that some individuals have had. So I want to just make sure that those are directed to the right location. So if anyone does have anything, send it over to the ROV. And I am here if anyone has any questions.
I don't have any currently, do you?
No, thanks,
No,
Sam.
thank you for the update.
Making my job easy. Thanks so much, everyone.
We'll see you again really soon.
Of course.
Thank you, guys. Staff report and committee comments. You guys have anything for us?
I attended the county's meeting on Joshua trees this morning. They're requesting letters of support from agencies for following the science, the study that was done stating that they don't need to be listed as endangered at this time. And they had some guidelines on what should be included in that letter. So if the committee likes, staff can put together a letter. We're not going to have time to get it on a board agenda for entire board approval, but if you just want to provide an update to the board at large about that, that would be great.
I won't be able to because I won't be at the next meeting, but if you could do that?
Yep.
Possibly? Okay.
Yeah, I assume you both are in agreement with the
yes.
county that it does not need to be endangered, but should be protected like it was before.
Yes, I agree completely.
Okay.
The boundaries they're wanting to put are ridiculous.
Okay, so that would be our support letter. They have a template
So
for
you'll
it pretty
take care of
much.
that. Okay.
Yeah, and so we can handle that at staff level if you guys are on board with that.
Yes,
All right, sounds good.
perfect. We just have to sort of present it to put the idea out there. In our
Yeah, if we
committee
want to
members.
have it in the materials that go to Department of Fish and Wildlife for the hearing, we need to just get it to them pretty quickly here.
Okay. As soon as possible, then let me know what you need from me for that one too.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
That's it. Do you have any things you want to add?
I do not. Thank you.
Same with myself. Do we have any action items?
Just to send out a letter of support for the listing as protected, not endangered.
Okay. And other than that, we just have our next agenda meet for August. I think it'll just be pretty much same as it is. The agenda will be the same as it is unless something comes up between now and then.
That's correct.
Okay. And I think we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll adjourn now at 3:20.
Perfect. Thank you.